What if everything you thought you knew about ferret food was wrong? What if the meals you lovingly serve your noodles are quietly working against their health? If you bought your ferret from a pet store, especially in the United States, there's a very good chance you were handed a feeding plan that feels safe, familiar, and completely normal. But today we're going to talk about why that safe starting point can actually be a trap, and how to make sure your ferret's diet isn't going to shorten their life. Before making this video, I asked my community a simple question. What did the pet store tell you to feed your ferrets?
The pet store and vet recommended.
The responses were overwhelming. Hundreds of owners shared nearly identical experiences. They were told to feed the store-branded Kibble. They were told this was the best and only food their ferrets would eat. And in some cases, they were told that changing diet would void their warranty or pet insurance.
The guarantee of 1 year of life if they were fed Marshalls.
If that sounds like you, this is really important, because you might think you're feeding your ferrets the best possible diet recommended by the professionals. But in truth, it often contains large amounts of plant-based fillers that veterinary nutrition research shows are not good for obligate carnivores. So let's talk about the ferret diet trap that most new owners don't even realise they're in. Inside your ferret's body, everything is built for one purpose: meat. Their entire digestive system is like a high-speed conveyor belt designed to process animal prey. Food goes in, and within just a few hours, it's already on the way out. There's no slow fermentation chamber, no complex plant processing machinery, no backup system, just a short, fast, brutally efficient meat processing pipeline. When you put animal protein into that system, everything works beautifully. Energy flows, muscles stay strong, coats stay glossy. But when you put plant ingredients on that conveyor belt, it's like pouring diesel into a petrol engine. The ferret's body doesn't know what to do with it. Some of it shoots straight through, which is why kibble-fed ferrets often have truly impressive litter tray explosions. But some of it is absorbed into the bloodstream. This is where sugars and carbohydrates trigger insulin spikes over and over again, day after day, year after year. And veterinary research shows that long-term metabolic stress like this is strongly linked to insulinoma, one of the most devastating diseases ferrets can face. Plant proteins can cause a different kind of damage. They change the chemistry of the ferret's urine, allowing crystals to form, which can eventually become incredibly painful bladder stones. So the danger isn't that the wrong food just sits inside your ferret. It's the slow, invisible strain on a body that was never designed to handle it. And over time, that strain can shorten a ferret's life. And honestly, ferrets already don't get nearly enough time with us as it is. As so many of you told me in your comments, in America, pet stores often say, your ferret won't eat anything else. And that part is actually true, but not for the reason most people think. Ferrets are imprinted eaters. If they haven't tasted a food before around 6 months old, the point at which they would naturally leave their mother and establish independence, they often won't recognise it as food at all. This isn't stubbornness, it's survival biology. But here's the important part. Food imprinting is not permanent. It just means switching must be done slowly and carefully. I have a full diet switching guide linked here, and it will be on the end screen to help you do that safely. So how do you avoid the diet trap? It actually comes down to one simple habit: learning how to read ingredient lists. Because once you know what you're looking for, you can tell very quickly whether a food matches what a ferret's body actually needs. A ferret-appropriate diet should be very high in animal protein, high in animal fat, extremely low in carbohydrates, and as low as possible in plant-based fillers. So when you flip a bag over, the first thing to check is the top 5 ingredients, because ingredients are always listed in order by how much is in the food. The top 5 should mostly be named land animal sources, things like chicken, turkey or rabbit. If 2 or 3 of them are plant-based ingredients, that's a warning sign. Common red flags include things like corn, rice, wheat, potatoes, pea protein or soy, added sugars or syrups, fruit or vegetable ingredients. None of these belong in a carnivore's primary diet. You might also notice an ingredient called beet pulp. This one often confuses people because it isn't a sugar or a grain. It's a plant fibre that manufacturers add to help hold kibble together and to make stools look firmer. And while it isn't toxic, ferrets simply don't need fibre in their diet at all. Their digestive system is designed for speed, not bulk. So when beet pulp appears high up on an ingredient list, it usually tells you the food relies heavily on plant-based fillers rather than pure animal nutrition. If any of these things are in the first 5 ingredients, that food doesn't match a ferret's biological needs. What really stood out for me from all those community responses wasn't just what pet stores were recommending. It was how many of you said the exact same thing. I didn't know. And that's the real issue. New ferret owners are rarely told just how specialised their dietary needs actually are. They're given a starting point that feels safe and reassuring, sometimes even backed by warranties that encourage owners to keep feeding the same product. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Those diets are designed for shelf stability, manufacturing efficiency, and predictable poop consistency, not necessarily for optimal carnivore nutrition. And the consequences of that mismatch don't show up right away. They show up years later, when owners suddenly find themselves dealing with diseases like insulinoma or bladder stones, and wondering how on earth it happened. That's why this conversation matters so much. Because once you understand what to look for, you're no longer stuck following the default path. You can make informed choices. You can genuinely protect your ferret's long-term health, and hopefully you can give yourself many more happy years with the little chaos noodle you love. Because the real diet trap isn't what's on the shelf. It's not knowing that there are better choices. If you need help safely switching your ferret's food, watch my full diet switching guide here. And if you're new to ferret ownership, my beginner's guide series will walk you through everything you need to know to give your little chaos noodles the best possible start. Thanks for watching, and assuming I haven't been cancelled by an angry pet store chain, I'll see you next time, Floof Crew.